Hello, everybody. Welcome to Pop Pop's Survival World, where I'm just hanging out with my friends, doing a little work, preparing for our eventual trip to go fight that dragon. Lately, I've been spending a lot of time in a XP farm with our skeleton spawner, trying to collect a whole bunch of XP so I could get some enchantments on my gear. I did manage to get some pretty good enchantments, but the problem is now, as the stuff starts wearing out, now I'm getting worried they're going to be getting too expensive to repair, so I really need to get a mending enchantment on my gear. So what I've done is created a little room where I could put one of these librarian villagers and see if I could get him to trade me a mending book. I put him here in this little hut with his lectern and checked to see what item he had to trade for me. And in that first slot, there was not a mending book. So I had a piston underneath his lectern with a little button. And I just pressed the button, let the lectern go up. It broke the link with the villager. And then the lectern came back down. He relinked up, and I checked his trade again to see if he had a mending book. And of course, again, he didn't. So I hit the button, checked him a third time, and no mending book. So I stood here for about an hour, pressing the button until eventually, we were able to get him to trade for a mending book. Problem was, now we're going to need some emeralds. In order to get any emeralds from him, we're going to need some paper. And from the Fletcher, we would need some sticks to get some emeralds. From the cleric, well, rotten flesh. We don't have a whole bunch of that. And if we had a zombie spawner, that would be cool. But yeah, I don't think we're going to be going out killing hundreds of zombies. But you never know. And if I could get a villager down here to work with these looms, we could trade some wool for some emeralds. Yeah, we did some stuff. We did some stuff so we could get some resources to sell to the villagers to get some emeralds. And here's how that happened. So yeah, okay guys. It looks a little different up here, that's for sure. I cleared this area out. Decided to build into the cliffside a little more. We built another sugarcane farm. See, it's a little different than the one we built in the survival shelter. Let's see if we dig down under here. I can show you that we used a minecart with a hopper in it. And it's going back and forth on a track with a piece of redstone and a powered rail on either end. Now a hopper minecart can suck items through a block. So what I was finding is with the water stream, the pistons were firing and a lot of the sugarcane was landing on the ledge and wasn't making it into the water, so I was losing a lot of it. So I decided to use the hopper minecart instead. There's another hopper underneath of there which takes the items from the hopper minecart then and goes underneath and distributes them into a chest in the storage area. Now I have this area dug out for a sheep farm, or actually a wool farm. I'm going to make some wool on different colors. And I have it rigged up to fit 4 sheep on either side. And I have a little area dug out here where I intend to put the hoppers. So this goes down to our storage room. I did make a whole bunch of hoppers, and I'm going to put the first one right here, the second one right here, all these hoppers leading into each other, which are going to come to this track, which is going to collect all the wool. Bring it all the way back this way into our storage room. It took a whole bunch of chests to make these hoppers and a whole lot of iron. I don't really know if I have enough to finish. Iron farm is definitely in the works. Okay, now how this is going to work. Okay, this goes down to the storage room. Okay, now hoppers are going to come over here to our first stall where our first sheep is going to be. So what we have to do is dig this out. Now we're going to need to put a hopper leading into here. Okay, we can place our stone block back. Right here. Now we have to get out. Okay, now we want another hopper. Actually, a better way to do this would be to get down a little lower. We want another hopper leading into this hopper. Okay, now on top of there, we're going to put a rail. And on top of the rail, we're going to place a mine cart. Okay, we could put our brick back. Now, on top of here, goes our grass block. Okay, so that's basically how we want it set up. We want a block of grass for the sheep to stand on, with a hopper mine cart underneath, with a hopper underneath of that to take the items out of the hopper mine cart and to put them into our path down into the storage room. And we'll do that in each one of these holes. We just need to get more hoppers. And as I said before, this is a whole lot of work to do just so we could be lazy later. But I think it's going to look real cool when it's done. And we're going to have a lot of wool. We'll be able to build with it. It's really cool building with wool because there's a lot of different colors. And I like to make map arts. Later on we can get into that. I've already made in my Forever World at least 3 different map arts, and starting on my 4th. Well, we're going to need more hoppers. To get more hoppers, we're going to need more iron. So we're either going to have to go down in the mine and grind for a while, or maybe we could run across the way here and build ourselves a little iron farm. I think that would be the better choice. I feel more like building than I do mining, and that'll give us a good supply of iron to last throughout. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Okay, now I picked out a spot about 150 or so blocks away from the village. It'll also be at least 150 blocks away from the village on the other side. So we should be okay. Well, I think this is the spot. Okay, Pokey's parked. Let's see if I can get down here without falling. Okay, Pokey's in his parking spot. We've got our boat safely fenced in, so we don't have to worry about any more zombies in there. And we started digging out a 5x5 hole. We need to go 8 blocks deep. Okay, there we are. 8 blocks deep, 5x5. Now we're going to place beds. Well, how are we going to do that? How are we going to place our beds when we're stuck down here in the hole and our beds are up there? That's a good question. All right. Okay, now we want to dig down one more row. Okay, that makes 20 beds. 10 on the bottom, 10 on the top. Now we're going to put this bottom row back. Okay, I've got one block of cobblestone in each corner and 2 blocks of cobblestone on the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is take fletching tables and place fletching tables in the open spots. Just like that. We'll put some cobblestone in the center. Top of the cobblestone, we'll place a torch. Okay, so we've got 20 beds. We've got 20 fletching tables. Yeah, that's what I say. Here I am, in a room, packed full of villagers. Yeah, quite literally, packed full of villagers. Meet the Fletcher family. I think I have about 20 here now. The last time I fed them, they didn't breed, so they only breed up to how many beds you have in the room, and we've got 20 beds in here, so I think we have 20 villagers. In any event, golems have started to spawn above, even though I haven't even put the water in yet. I'll take a look up there what I have. We can look over here quick. Let's see. If you look up, you can see the hoppers. There's a chest back there, and there's a hopper there, a hopper on the other side, and 2 hoppers here, 4 altogether. Each one of them has a campfire on top of it, and that's part of the collection system and what kills the golems once they spawn. And like I said, I already heard a few spawn and seem to be getting themselves tangled up in the fence, in the signs, and end up killing themselves. Yeah, on their own. The water stream has to go in yet. There's a little room behind. Now what this is a block of lava that's held in place by a button on the left and a button on the right, and there's a button underneath on the glass. Now what keeps the lava from flowing out the front is that sign on the top. Now the purpose of the sign on the bottom is just to hold the sign on the top. So when the water starts to flow, we'll put a bucket in this corner, a bucket in this corner. Hello, friend. I'm sorry to say, this is not your lucky day, but I really, really appreciate your service. Unfortunately, some cats are going to have to suffer as well. That's collateral damage, and I'm really, really sorry about that. Anyway, I think we have enough villagers. So what we could do now is break this scaffolding, put a piece of cobblestone in the hole, seal up our villagers. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, hole is sealed up. Now we just have to make ourselves a way out, and that's going to end up being right here. We'll break this block. Now we can place our water stream. I'm sorry, Mr. Golem. He's looking at me with such sad eyes. And that's what happens. He flows into the fire and the lava. Unfortunately, as do the cat. And we can build our way out of here. Break those blocks. And come around to the AFK spot. And on the front, there's just a trapdoor. And you have to be careful because you can walk over these slabs and fall into that lava. Although you will fall all the way through it into the campfire, and you can run out. I'm not going to say it's not going to hurt, but it probably won't kill you if you have good armor. Okay, we can fall down the hole. close the trap door. And we have a little area here where we could stand on the chest and just wait while the golems spawn. And we could open the chest and look in. We've already got 16 iron from the golems that spawned while we waited for our villagers to grow up. String, we must have got a couple of spiders. And the golems do drop the poppies as well, so we'll get a bunch of those. And yes, I guess a zombie fell in as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sit here and I'm going to go AFK for about 15 minutes and we'll see how much iron I get from this farm. Alright, there goes 2 golems now. They're loud. Wow, they are really, really loud. Well, it's been about 15 minutes. I didn't really get nearly as much as I had thought. Not even a full stack. Yeah, I kind of thought it was going to do a little better than that. I'm going to hang out another 15 minutes and we'll see what it looks like after a half hour. Okay, that's about the end of a half hour. And do have a full stack and almost a half. Well, I ended up with enough iron to make 19 more hoppers. That's not quite enough to finish, but we can get this side done. You guys, we're 2 hoppers short, but I have enough iron to make them. Completed our chain of hoppers all the way along both rows and down to our storage room. Okay, let me get those 2 other hoppers. Okay, got the last 2 hoppers. And one's going to go there. And one's going to go here. We need an observer looking at each of these grass blocks. So, yes, I have some observers. And one there, one here, all the way around. Okay, now on each of these observers, we want a dispenser. Okay, there's 8 observers and 8 dispensers. Now we're going to put a block behind each of the observers. And now we'll place some redstone. So all we need is some glass, some sheep, yeah, some rails and a minecart. And we got this. Okay, we got some hay. I've got a sheep separated. I don't think he could get out, but that's okay. Oh, break the fence. Break the gate. Now he can get out. Come on, follow me, buddy. Look where we're going. That's it. Come on. That's good. There you go. All right, now let's just give you a little push. Push you all the way in. And we could break this glass. We could break the minecart. And let's put our glass back. And there you go, Mr. Sheepy. For you guys who didn't know, by the way, you can't jump over a fence, but for some reason, if you put a piece of carpet on it, then you could jump over a fence. Kind of weird, but okay, we got him. Gotcha. Okay, let's go for a ride. There you go. Break the glass. Break the minecart. Put the glass back. Well, okay. The wool farm is done. We've got white, we've got light gray, we've got gray, we've got black. And then on the other side, we've got red and yellow and blue. And then in the corner there, he's going to be orange if he'll ever grow his wool back so I can dye him. I disabled his redstone temporarily so he won't get clipped. But anyway, yeah, we should be getting loads of wool. We can use that for building. We could use that for making map arts. We could use it for carpets. And yeah, I'm happy about that. And of course, we also got a sugarcane farm on the other side. And both of these farms will feed through some hoppers right directly into our storage room and fill our chests automatically. So yeah, that's really, really cool. Anyway, it was a productive episode. We also got that iron farm going, which helped us for sure to get these hoppers made. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. And hey, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.